Can we have a siren on? I want to hear the effects if it actually does it on the effects. So let's listen to this. Oh, it does. Oh, listen to that echo. Are you serious? Hey, what's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope your day is going good. I got a really cool showcase of some new things that have been added into a script called ViewPoint V. Now, I've already done a video like this where it shows the showcase and the install process and all that other fun stuff. But I'm going to show you the really quick intro, really quick once again, because this thing is amazing. I'm going to show you some different cool stuff that this mod can do. So check this out right here. Pretty cool, right? That's just more of a, more of a trailer, if you will, for what, ViewPoint V can do for you. So even if you don't play LSPDFR, you may still enjoy that in single player mode. Different camera angles for your vehicle, different camera angles, for your character, different things like that. Especially if you play LSPDFR and you love Bodycam, this particular mod right here will be the one you want to install. This is not an install. This is just a showcase. So kind of bear with me a little bit. We're going to talk about some new things that have been added in. So check this out. We're going to go into the ViewPoint V settings, and I'm going to go ahead and show the tutorial really quick. I'm not going to go through the tutorial too much, but this is what you're going to be greeted with whenever you install this thing now. Something really cool. He's taken a lot of time and effort. His name is Rustlin, and this is something you're going to definitely want to check out. So you'll see the welcome to ViewPoint V. You'll press the space bar basically, and then you'll go to press switch view by pressing the default would be V key. And then you can kind of go through there. You can see the different above the mini map there, the different camera angles. There's medium, for example, there's far, and then this is going to be the third person camera. And you can see right here automatically that you can see it's something different, right? And then as you're running, you can see it kind of gets a little bit further away from your character. And then if you pull out your gun, and as you're aiming, you can go with, like a reticule like this. You can get bigger, smaller. You can take off the reticule. There's all kinds of cool stuff. Very similar to what I showed you on the showcase originally. And so you can kind of aim a little bit better with the reticule. Now the license plate, I'm sorry, the speed limit sign that you see there at the bottom of your screen, that probably will not be there for you. And you can also turn on the mini map, either on third person or on first person, whatnot. You can turn those on and off. So we can press the V key again to get to the standard first person aim that you're used to. This is boring, very, very boring. And this is the first person aim. And so you can kind of see that the camera placement is more at head level, if you will. And so you can see it's more like, they do have body cams like this, by the way, that are in officers. I think they're on their sunglasses, if I'm not mistaken, or somewhere right around there. Yeah, I think it is. It's on the edge of their sunglasses, right? And so you can aim a little bit better with this too. Sorry, bud. It's part of the demo. I'm sorry. And so this is just still the tutorial, believe it or not. This is not even really part of what you can do with this mod. This is just the tutorial. Pretty cool, right? You can go to the GTA top-down. Check this out. Who remembers the really, really old school GTA? Oh my gosh. Remember this? It's the top-down camera. Look at this. And yes, it does function very similar to what, like in the real game. You can use your mouse for direction to travel. Or your controller, But yes, you can do that. And here's the top-down view again. That's so funny because it reminds me of, the really old GTA experience. You remember those days? So you can press the spacebar again, and it'll take you to right here where it says if you want to remove certain cameras from the cycle list, you can press the menu key, which by default is the F9 key. And you can toggle those cameras off and on. So you saw the default stuff. If you want to take those off, you can take those off. You never have to see those again. And so you can turn those on and off, and you can also manipulate the different camera angles. Pretty cool, right? And so we can press the spacebar again. It says to modify a camera switch to one of those to modify it, to configure the camera within the F9 menu, basically. So you can go back in every camera angle that you see. Right here, this is first person. And once again, you can take that off. This is the new ViewPoint V first person. And you can also take off the Axon Bodycam. You know, like I said, this is not always meant for LSPDFR. People that play GTA 5 in story mode, you may not want to have the Bodycam, you know, images on there. And then also the view that you're seeing right here is sort of like a Bodycam view. See how it's kind of condensed a little bit? It's almost like a fisheye. And then also notice it's a little bit dark around the edges. That is all the mod. That is called ViewPoint V for the Bodycam, but you can take that off and you can play Franklin in story mode with the script as first person if you want, just like this. And then we can go, this is what he's saying right there. This is all for now. Hope you enjoy my work. If you have any suggestions and ideas or bug reports, feel free to contact me. That is one thing about Ruslan that I will give him some huge credit for, because I have spoken with him several times in the past. And one thing I will tell you is that he doesn't just put mods out and then doesn't support those. He's worked extremely diligent on this particular mod, and there's so much more to it than what I'm showing you. Wait till we get to the Dashcam stuff and the other stuff. That he's always willing to see if he can make things work, if especially if enough community members, you know, suggest that he needs to fix something, and then he will make it work. And he's very well aware of LSPDFR mod, and so that's where I think he really started thinking more about the Bodycam stuff, because the views were already there before, you know, he even thought about LSPDFR so much. So when I reached out to him, he started getting more ideas, I think, at least in my opinion. I think that's what he did. For the Bodycam over to the top right. So that is an overlay. And so that came a little bit later. And so that is something pretty fantastic, I think, that he added in. So let's go to the F9 menu and we can start modifying some of these things. If you see the error thing at the bottom of the screen, that is not part of the ViewPoint V. Okay, let's make that clear. I have my menu installed and it's kind of binded to my spooner key. So I apologize. Play a bad demo I'm showing you right now. But disregard the error message you're getting at the bottom of your screen. That is not related to the ViewPoint V. I just want to make that clear. And so love his colors, by the way, of his menu. I don't know why. I just love it. And then you can go to toggle cameras. And this is where you can go to, like, say, body or dash cameras. And you can turn these things off and on. So he's got these things, you know, organized into different types of menus now. Here's on foot cameras. You can take some of these on and off. Like here's the default, right? Maybe you don't want to have any default. Take those off. And that way, when you go into these views, you will no longer see that. And so that's going to be checked. Third person, first person, and then the classic GTA over down, top down. Maybe I don't want that one, you know, because it's a little bit disorienting. It's kind of hard to actually play like that, obviously. But it's kind of fun to play around a little bit. But the third person and the first person is a really good one. And then those are the on foot cameras, okay? And then the body cameras, you can notice that there's no default view for that. You can do the head camera key, the shoulder camera key, chest camera, and dash camera. These right here, you can see they have a little yellow, you know, text to the right that says delete. So you can see the key. It doesn't mean delete. That means actually your delete key. And then here's the end key. Here's the next key. Here's the page up key. So I do believe this is page down and that's page up. And so you can kind of take that for what it's worth. If you press these different keys for the keybinds, you're going to get straight into that camera mode. You don't have to go through the menu anymore, which is pretty cool. And if I'm not mistaken, these are probably going to be configurable. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is probably in this config in the script itself that you can actually, you know, maybe change the keybind if you want, because some of these may interfere with some of your other keybinds, which we all know with LSPDFR, SOT-the-PED, Ultimate Backup, and all these other plugins that we have. Countless of them. There's tons of them out there, right? They may conflict a little bit with some of these keys, so just kind of be aware of that. And you can also, and I probably more or less modify those. You can go to the car cameras. This is going to really interest you a lot if you if you want to get this particular script and you want to play story mode, or maybe something for your car, do some cinematic shots, things like that. You're used to the car, you know, the default cameras. So maybe take off close, medium, far, and first person. But now you want to have first person. The chase cameras, really cool, by the way. The cinematic chase camera. And of course the classic GTA top-down view, which I may kind of go into that in a minute. Okay, let's back this up. We have a motorcycle camera view now. I've never seen that, so I have not experienced that. It may be pretty cool. And then check this out. I haven't seen this one either. Helicopter camera. What? That is too cool. Here's a plane camera. That's something different. And I'm not sure what this is. On event cameras. Vehicle entry camera. Oh, vehicle, like when you get into a car, right? Okay. Oh, this is like we did a minute ago, like the victim's first person camera. What? Man, it's been a while since I visited this mod. I've had so many things on my plate, you know, with the dispatch mod. I haven't had a chance to check out all the other cool stuff like you guys. You guys are missing out. And so have I. So here's the cinematic camera angles. We'll leave those on. I kind of like that. Like when you're jacking a car, right? You can go into their point of view. It's kind of cool. I like that. Very cool. Where did he come up with all that stuff? He's pretty brilliant in my opinion. And the mod is cheap enough, by the way. It's on his Patreon for $5. And it comes with updates, by the way. So, you know, just go check him out and I'll be sure to link that down below. Let's go into some of these other cool cameras. We already know the keybinds, right? So there's delete, end, next, and page up. So let's go ahead and go to those cameras. Right now, this is first person, if I'm not mistaken. So right now, this is, there's no wobble or anything like that. This is first person. And then let's go into F9 and let's go to viewpoint. Let's see, I'm sorry, right here, configure current camera. This is the current camera. And then you can take the, you can actually click on visual stabilization. Actually, no, you can't click on this one. It's already stabilized. No reason to do that. You can also say disable video stabilization on aim. If we have that, let me show you. So this is the visual stabilization. I do believe this is the head camera. Okay. And we have the reticule. You can take the reticule off, by the way, because it may look a little weird, right? I think it looks a little weird. So maybe we'll go back here and go to the configure camera. And we will take off, actually we'll go to HUD settings and let's take off the reticule. Oh, I'm sorry, right here. This is draw reticule. This is always show reticule. We'll take that off. Sorry, I totally missed that. It was right there in front of my face. If I just actually look and have a little bit of patience, it's right there. So you could turn that on right there. You can see it as I'm walking. See that little thing kind of bouncing around. It's mainly there for your visual guide of where you're looking at. To me, it looks kind of weird to do that. And some people like to have that, you know, increased. I think that looks weird. You know, take that down or just remove it in general. And then you could do the Axon overlay. This is what I was talking about earlier. If you want to play, like, say this particular game in story mode again, maybe give it a try again. Now, the cinematic shots and things like that, you know, from GTA 5 Rockstar, you're probably going to see your character. Obviously, that's what you're meant to see. But everything else, when you're free roam and able to move, you're probably going to get an image that looks like this, you know, a camera angle. You can take off the Axon camera overlay to the right, and then should be good on that part. And then also you could toggle the mini map on and off. So right now is toggle mini maps on, and you could also take it off. And once again, that speed limit sign, don't worry about that. That is part of another mod. A simple HUD, I do believe, is what that is. So you can turn that back on to help you, you know, with a little bit more guidance if you need it. Totally up to you on that part. FOV settings, this is pretty cool right here. If it's making you a little nauseous, it is me. I'm going to be honest with you. It makes me a little bit nauseous. You can stabilize it, okay? So feel free to do that, you know, especially if you're like me and this is nothing to be embarrassed about. I get severe motion sickness, especially when I was riding in the back of an ambulance as a paramedic, you know, working as a paramedic. I had a lot of issues with that over the years. So there's nothing to be ashamed about. It's just part of your body, you know? And so if you're like me, you don't want to get a lot of motion when you're walking. So don't let that throw you off. I'm sure most of you probably already left the video by now because most people look at that and go, oh, the mod's like that. I can't do that. Remember, everything's modifiable. So if you watched it this far, then you already got there. So congratulations. So this is kind of a default. It's very stable, by the way. And then this is just the first person style of, you know, view, if you will. And so you can go in here and do the camera effect also, see around the edges, take that off. See right there. So that's kind of goes along with the Axon overlay. Maybe you don't want that on there. And then that way you can kind of walk around like normal. And then, you know, you can run. There's really no bounce at all. It's more stabilized. Okay. So it's kind of letting you know that it's very stable. So you can go in here again and you can kind of do different things. There's when you're firing, for example, if you're going into this mode, this is very close. Remember, this is a first person. Okay. So you can start firing. There's the recoil just a little bit. You can also do the recoil shake amplitude. You can make it a little bit more. And then you can also do the sprint shake amplitude, which I think it looks a bit more legit when you're running, to have that turned up a little bit. And so that way when you're running, you're going to get a little bit camera shake, just a tiny bit. And then when you go here to fire again, this is very close in my opinion. So you don't want to do this one probably more than likely. Or you can actually go back here and then change the FOV settings, to be further back like this. Or leave it like this and then change the view of the aim FOV to maybe higher. And so that way when you're aiming, that's actually, I'm sorry, the other way. I'll turn it back this way. And so that way when you're aiming, it's maybe a little bit better. Yeah, there we go, like that. But this one here is just the first person style, aiming type of thing. And so we're gonna go back here again and we're gonna go to a different camera angle now. Let's go to the different camera angle. We're gonna go here to shoulder camera. Now this one's pretty cool. I like this one. Now in the real life, they do have some body cameras that they consider to be lapel cameras on your shoulder. And so this is a legit thing. And so as you're running, it's not overly exaggerated because I think I have visual stabilization on. But the cool thing is when you're aiming, you can actually go into this mode right here. And notice how it's still stable. Maybe you want to take that off, that stability as you're aiming. You can bring this backwards a little bit if you want. And then you can take out the reticule if you want. Here's body camera effect. See how much of a difference that makes? And then the overlay. You can do like this if you want while you're playing the game. And then you can toggle the mini map on and off if you need some more reference. And then you can also do the offsets. What does this do? Oh, the offsets of the camera. Oh, okay. Oh, so you could potentially do this one. Check this out. You could potentially do this and then go up a little bit and then go down into his chest like this and make it a separate camera. Even though it says shoulder, you can make this sort of like a chest and then just kind of get it right whenever you're aiming. And so if you're aiming, oh, that looks kind of good. Look at that. Oh, that looks pretty legit, guys. I like that. And then you got the reticule for reference aim because you may need that, by the way. And I did notice that even on PC, I'm using PC, it does seem to lock on to people a little bit. It seems to lock onto them just a tiny bit. Sort of like the controller users. All the controller people out there that love to use auto aim. And they claim to be really good at controllers. Well, you're using auto aim, dude. So anyway, here's this. Now she's moaning because of my script in here. Sorry, ma'am. Gotta turn back around. We'll just, sorry. That's called more gore. Special settings that are found on my Patreon, okay? So that's the last time I'll probably answer that question. But see, this one's a really good one because you can see your head. I know it sounds weird, but there is a thing in here where it does remove the head on first person. The head camera. Because you don't want the head to get in the way. But this one's pretty good. I must say, it's really good. I love the camera angle on this. We're going to go down here and you can do the same thing. You go here and you can kind of manipulate some things. But I do love the fact that he's added the ability that you can add these in and lower this down a little bit. Maybe here, let's see what that aim looks like. Oh, that looks good. For body camera guys, look at this. That is legit. That is about as legit as you can get right there. All right, so we're gonna go on to another camera and let's do the, here's the chest camera right here. Very similar to what we were just doing, but I noticed the head is gone on this one. Now, the reason why that is, I know it seems kind of off-putting. I totally get it. No, I totally get you. the head's gone. But he has to do that due to the head, I guess. I know it doesn't look like it. You would think that the head would not be there, but it is during the animation process. So he had to do that so that it's a legit camera angle from that point of view. So don't let that throw you off too much. You can also go back and just modify the chest camera like I just did. And then you get your head back if you want. But everything's modifiable in this game. Super cool. And so let's kind of move on. I think this kind of speaks for itself. I do believe you can take off the visual stabilization. You're going to get a lot of wobble. I'm only going to do it for a couple seconds. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah. But there's enough wobble like this, right, guys? There's enough wobbling like this. And then also you can do all the other stuff here. You can back it up a little bit, or whatever you want to do. Now here's the ViewPoint V settings as well. And you could also do this. This is just the actual settings itself. So you could do the auto switch camera when aiming. So you could also add that and connect it to another aim slot of whatever camera angle you want. So maybe you like the chest view, but you really want the head camera angle view whenever you're aiming. So that's kind of cool, right? So you can check that in the switch here, and then go to whatever angle you want right there, switch to that different camera angle. Now it says right here, this forced third person audio says enable this if you're using a weapon sound mod that doesn't have proper first person audio. So that's kind of cool. I like that. Now I personally don't have anything like that. All my mods, my sound mods and stuff are just mainly replacements. The reason why you hear that sound, for example, like this one here.
I'm sorry.
You hear that? It sounds like a real life Glock, right? And it even looks more legit because it's a Bodycam Glock mod sound, 100%. And it sounds even better in the city with the echo and whatnot. And so the fire rate, of course, that is some other files that I modified, which I can show you guys how to do all that. This gun right here is from Thin Line Sanctuary, which they still refuse to want to be an affiliate with me. They refused my application. That's all right. It's a win-win for them. Shit, I mean, all I wanted is a slight discount for you guys, because I know a lot of you have referred over to them that have spent hundreds of dollars. But anyway, I'm sorry. I digress. They still refused. Whatever. And now this is the first person. Here's chest. Oh yeah, the N key is the shoulder cam. And then you can see the page down for that. That's the one we modified, I think, is the shoulder cam, I do believe. Yeah, that's the one we did earlier. That's pretty cool. You can see the patch on the sleeve. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I like that. That looks like a real, like a body cam right there. Pretty nice. I like that. Now let's go into the other cool stuff too that this mod does. Let's kind of back up a little bit to a different camera angle. We'll go to first person, it's fine. Let's go ahead and spawn and warp into a vehicle and check this out. Some cool new stuff that he's added in here too. Okay, now this is the camera angle at the moment by default whenever you first get in. But notice oh man, that is so cool. Kind of puts the camera out, sort of like out of the car just a little bit. Almost like you're leaning your head over to the left out of the car window. Just slightly, look. That's kind of cool. I like that touch. And then it goes immediately back inside the camera. Now you can go here and you can manipulate this camera too. So configure current camera. We're going to do like maybe say just this vehicle right here, Police 2 settings. Maybe we want to take the camera angle down, or I'm sorry, that's backwards. And go down a little bit. More eye level, right? And then you can rotate a little bit. I don't think it really does too much. Now the G-force sensitivity, I did notice that as you're driving, I'm gonna stop and slow down a little bit. See that little pull away that it does? It's not very bad, to be honest, at this level right here, but you can increase it. See that little pull that it does? That's to represent, like when you're driving and you're shifting gears. If you've ever gone fast in a vehicle and you're shifting those gears, especially in a stick shift, you're going to get that pullback, with your eyesight and your body. It's giving you that illusion of being pulled backwards, whenever you're shifting gears and changing gears and whatnot. See that right there? That's pretty cool. Good touch. I like that. And then, your camera and your eyes are going to lurch forward a little bit if you're stopping abruptly, right? So that's pretty legit. And you can even increase it more if you want. Don't pay attention to my driving, okay? I'm keyboard driving right now. All right, now if you want to take that down like I do, I probably would put it about maybe right there. That's a pretty good one right there. All right, so that's that one. And now we can go into the other cool thing is the dash cam. So check this out. Actually, that's chest first camera. I'm sorry, you get another camera angle here too. I forgot about this. Here's your chest right here. Another good one for body cam, guys. And you can configure that too, probably for the overlay and all the other stuff. So if you don't use the overlay, the accent overlay, you can take that off, and you can also take off the body cam effect around the camera itself to give it more of just a regular GTA 5 story vibe feel. And then we're going to go into another one. We're going to go into, I think it's page up. Yeah, page up gets you into Dashcam. So check out those things at the very bottom. Now, I don't think my font is installed. I apologize. Whenever I installed this, the font it may be just like this. It may not be, but he does give you some font for the text at the very bottom of the screen as well, if it's not fitting on there properly, things like that. That's why a lot of people, when they see my menus for Ultimate Backup, Stop the Ped, and these other menus that I have, they always ask me about my font. That comes from ViewPoint V. So it does change some things. And I think Ruslin's even worked with, I do believe, Vinoxity, who does the Simple HUD and all that. And I think he's kind of worked with him maybe a little bit, or they worked back and forth a little bit of some font type stuff that both of them were having you install. And then here's my new siren. It is a Whelen, what is it called? Yeah, it's called a Whelen Core. And I'm going to be doing a Texas DPS episode soon. And this is their siren. I think it sounds pretty cool. Pretty cool, right? And so it gives you the speed. I'm not sure really as far as the milliseconds. I think this is maybe based on some real life, type of body cam type footage. I know that some, different agencies will have different types of body cam text at the very bottom of the screen on some of their vehicles. And yes, see, the engine health is at 1000. That does change, as you drive into things. It just realized that it does. As a matter of fact, we will, because there's some camera effects that you get when you drive into things by accident. Say, like, hear the sound. Hear that? So it's kind of like a fade, like your eardrums just got, like it's ringing in your ears. That's a pretty cool effect. I like that. So you can do it again, for example, if you accidentally. And you can also set the collision rate. So if you're not really happy with that, go to configure current camera, go here, go to ViewPoint V settings, my bad. It is the collision settings, or the collision FX settings right here. The threshold, you can turn it down, meaning that it'll get triggered every single time you crash. Or if you only want it to occur rarely at high speed, you want to crank it up. But we'll kind of turn it down a little bit. And then here's the length of effect. You can have it last longer. And then, of course, the time cycle effect, the blur, the reverb, the shake, all that other cool stuff too, right? So we'll kind of crash into a building here one more time. Listen to the echo. That is too cool, man. Super, super cool. And look at the engine health. Oh, did you hear the echo? Do we have a siren on? I want to hear the effects if it actually does it on the effects. So let's listen to this. Oh, it does. Oh, listen to that echo. Are you serious? Now you can't really see it, but I am in a Texas State Trooper uniform. You can see the hat in the shadow. That's kind of cool, right? So yes, you can have it as like say Texas DPS. So cool, right? We'll get in here, and we may need to adjust a little bit. Anytime you have a multiplayer, style of character, you remember your character changes, uniforms, everything changes technically. And so you can go in here and you can start to manipulate the offsets a little bit. Bring it this way, just a tad, and bring it inward. And then we'll also bring it upwards like this. So like I said, everything's kind of modifiable. Anytime you switch characters, different uniforms, things like that, it may change some things. And so now when we go into, say we're going to flip on our lights, you can't really tell they're on. And this is first person. And go to Dashcam. Oh, that looks so good.
10-4. I'll be in route.
Did you hear that? Even the dispatcher sounded kind of country, right? Uh-oh, somebody's actually shooting at me. I don't know where they're shooting at me from. There they are. I'm just joking, I can't see them. Sam 44 traffic.
10-4, Sam 44 on scene, reference CAD 7890, thank you.
Dispatch requesting a 28. Going to be a little two-door coupe. Plate number is going to be 66 Nora Adam X-ray 269.
.44 copy, stand by, I'll run that plate. 66 Nora Adam X-ray 269. 44, I gotta return a suspended license.
10-4.
10-4 copy.
Dispatch requesting code 2 backup.
In Vinewood Hills. Control 16, attach me. 10-4, and I'll show you en route.
And they're probably going to come out behind me, which you can't see, except if you look at the mini map. And we'll let them kind of roll in here. And then we're going to, I do believe the backup unit is going to approach the driver. And then I'll get out and I'll approach the driver and it'll still stay in, dash cam mode, which is pretty cool. Okay, they should go over to the right. I guess I can put my gun away, right? All right, then you can kind of go through here and then just, introduce yourself, all that other fun stuff. Get their ID. I get your ID, things like that. And then she'll hand it over to me. Thank you. All right, and then you can turn this way and then start walking backwards. And then you can pull up your records and stuff like that. Just got a suspended license. Oh, that's the other trooper's car, by the way. Oh, the sheriff. I wanted to show you that. And then it'll hop to this dash cam. See that? It's pretty cool, right? Like that. And then we can, basically have her shut off her engine. Then we'll have her step out of the car. And then basically have her follow us, like back over here or something. And then you just have your word with her. There's so much to this particular script. He has put a lot of time and effort into this. You can definitely see that. And for $5 on Patreon, you will not go wrong. I'm being honest. It's very rare that I've ever said, that things are worth really buying on Patreon. My dispatch mod is worth buying. I'm sorry, I'm being honest. Okay, come on, guys. You love me, right? But this particular one here, ViewPoint V, is highly worth the patron fee. But Ruslan has updated his stuff many times. But be sure to check out Ruslan. I'll be sure to link his this Patreon down below to the link. And like I said, it's worth getting. It really is. There's so much to the mod that I didn't even show you yet. And I hope you guys have a great day. Until next time, you guys stay safe, and we'll see you in the next patrol. It does take a little bit of practice. You can get it down. There we go. I got it. I know I'm going back over to here. It takes some practice. Oh, there we go. I think I got it this time. Oop, my bad. I'm sorry, officer. Whoops. Okay, I'm out of here. See ya. Hey, don't follow me. Get down here. Shit. I know. You didn't see nothing. See ya. Let's get out of here.